divided by 2 will give you what? Will give you 25. So the square root of 25 is automatically what? It's automatically 5. So what you do here is this. You say equal to square root of what? Okay guys, today we'll be looking at what? Sword. Sword. I know many people find it difficult when they see questions on what? On sword. So don't worry, I'll make it very easy for you to understand sword. Now, when you are dealing with sword, you will see something like let me just say root 25. Now, when you see something like this, root 25, what you do here is that root 25 will give us what? Will give us 5 straight up. Abi? Root 25 will give us 5 straight up. But when you now have something like root 72, root 72 cannot give you a whole number like this. You understand? Root 72 cannot give you is what? Is 8.4 something like that. Now, sword is saying that they do not want it to be in this format. So how will you solve this sword? How will you solve it? Instead of you to just punch in your calculator and get the root directly, and it's giving you something like this, they are telling you that no, that is not how, or that is not what sword is being required of. So for you to work on sword, there are some things you need to know. The first thing you need to know is the basic properties of what? Of sword. The basic properties of what? Of sword. Basic properties of sword. The first property of sword is the what? Is the product rule. Is the product rule. For instance, you have sword that says root A times root B. In this kind of situation, what do you need to do? Since the two of them are what? They are having roots before them. What you do is that you say equal to, you open a big root, multiply these two, which is A, B. You open a big root, then multiply what we have here and this. That's what the product rule. When you understand these rules, it will be very, very easy for you to solve questions on sword. Number 2 is what? Is the quotient rule. Is the quotient rule. And this one is saying that if you have something like this, which is root A divided by root B, what do you need to do? Since all of them are in root, what you do is that you say equal to, you open a big root, A divided by what? By B. You put them together in one square root. And then the last one is what? Is simplification. What simplification is saying is that, for instance, you have root 50. Then if you carry your calculator, you say root 50 will give us what? Will give us 7.07. Now, so it is telling you that they do not want it like that. Don't give us points in your answer. You understand? So what you do here is this. What you do here is this: you look for two numbers that one, when you square it, it will give you a single number. When you square it, it will give you a perfect number. Then the other one will be what? One will be rational number and the other one will be what? Irrational number. Now what are we trying to say here is this: now we have root 50 here. Root 50, I mean, first thing you need to do is that you say 50 divided by 2. You start by 2, because if you divide by 1, it will still give you 50. So 50 divided by 2 will give you what? Will give you 25. So the square root of 25 is automatically what? It's automatically 5. So what you do here is this: you say equal to square root of what? 25 times 2. 25 times 2 will still give you what? Will still give you 50. Will still give 50. So you move further, you say what? You say, you separate them. Root 25 times root 2. Root 25 will give you what? Will give you 5. So definitely we have what? Our final answer to be what? 5 root 2. 5 root 2. Now, if you divide by 2 and it's not giving you a perfect number, you do what? You divide by 3. You divide by 3. Now, we'll be moving forward to see more questions on it. So these are the basic properties of what? Of solve. Basic properties of solve. We have the product rule, which says that a times root b will give you what? Root ab. While the quotient rule, which says that root a divided by root b, since all of them are in a root, you open a big root and say a divided by b, and then the simplification, just like what I've explained earlier. So that is how. Now, when you have questions like this and you're being told simplify root 72, number 2, root 50 divided by root 2, number 3, 2 root 12 plus 3 root 27. Very easy. Just follow this step, the step which I'm going to give to you. The first thing which I told you is this: is that you divide by what? By 2 first. When you divide by 2, when you divide by 2, what you get, if you square that number, it will give you what? A perfect number. Now, if you say 72 divided by 2 will give you what? 36. 36. When you have the square root of 36, you have what? You have 6. So this is how it works. You say what? 72 is equal to what? You have 36 times 2. 36 times 2. Make sure that your square or your square root is covering the two of them. So in this place, you move further and then you say what? You separate them. You have what? Root 36 times root 2. Don't forget your dot here is also what? Is also multiplication. So root 36 will give us what? Will give us 6, which is what? 6 root 2. Going to this. How did we get this? How did we get this? We divide by what? By 2. You start by 2. If this one could not give you a perfect number, when you square it, don't use it. Use 3. Now we come to the number 2. You have what? You have root 50 over root 2. Root 50 over root 2. What you do here is that, what does the content rule say? It says that when you have two numbers that are what? That they have roots. They have roots. What you do is that you open a big root and put them inside. Here we have what? You first of all open this big root. You say what? 50 divided by 2. You have been able to interpret this into this place. 50 divided by what? By 2. So now, when you move further, 50 divided by 2 will give you what? Will give you what? 25. 25. Root 25 will give you what? Will give you 5. Will give you 5. See, those rules which I've given us before, the basic properties of solve, that is what will help you. If you understand them, all this will be easy for you. Now, number 3, we have 2 root 12 plus 3 root 27. What you do here is this: you separate them. You separate them. You separate them. Then after you have been able to get it, you do what? You bring them together. Now, the first thing you do is that you say 2 root 12. How will you get this one down? The first thing you do here is this. You say equal to, here now, we divide 12 by 2. Divide 12 by 2 will give us what? Will give us 6. 6. The square root of 6 will give us points like that. So you don't use it. So what you do here is that you now increase it to 3. 12 divided by 3 will give us what? Will give us 4. Square root of 4 will be what? Will be 2. So here you say what? 2 root 4 times 3. You move further, you now say what? 2 root 4 times what? 3. Here will give us what? Here will give us 2. Square root of 4 will give us what? Will give us 2 here. Then times root 3. And here will definitely give us what? Will give us 4. 2 times 2. 4 root 3. Which is what? 3 root 27. 3 root 27. 3 root 27. The first thing you do here is that you divide 27 by 2. Divide by 2, which will give us 13.5. So you leave it alone. You say 27 divided by 3, which will give us 9. 9. The square root of 9 is what? Is 3. The square root of 9 is 3. So now you say what? The same thing. You say 3 root 9 times 3. 9 times 3, which will give us 27, equal to what? Equal to 3 root, our 9 here, 9 multiplied by root 3. Root 3. We move further, we say what? Square root of 9 is what? Is 3. So 3 times 3 will give us what? 9 root 3. Square root of 9 will give us 3. 3 times 3 will give us what? Will give us 9. So this for this. So we now do what? We now merge the two of them together. We have what? We have 4 root 3 plus 9 root 3. Since we have root 3, we have root 3. We pick only one root 3. 4 plus 9 will give us what? Will give us 13. So definitely we have what? 13 root 3. Since we have what? We have just root 3 and root 3. We pick only one root among the 3 of them. We pick only one root. So that is how these questions like this are being what? Are being answered. So in this place, we have root 18 plus root 50 minus root 8. 8. Just like what I've told us earlier. Just like what I've told us earlier. Is that this is what you do. You bring it down. The first thing is equal to, yeah, 18 divided by 2. 18 divided by 2 give us what? Give us 9. So the square root of 9 is what? Is 3. Square root of 9 is 3. So here we have what? 9 times 2. 9 times 2 plus, in this one now, we have what? 50. 50 divided by 2 give us 25. 25 divided by square root of 25 will give us what? Will give us 5. So we are good to go. So we have what? 25 times 2 minus, in this place we have 8 here. 8 divided by 2 will give us 4. Square root of 4 will give us what? Will give us 2. So we say what? 4 times 2. 4 times 2. So we have been able to expand this out. So we move further, we say what? Here is what? We separate it. We have root 9 times root 2 plus, here also we have root 25 times root 2 minus, here we have what? Root 4 times root 2. Now root 9, root 25 and root 4, and then definitely we have root 2 and root 2. As I told us earlier, since we are having the same roots in these 3 of them, we do what? We pick only one. So what we do here is that we move further. We say root 9 will give us what? Will give us 3, and then we bring this one to what? Root 2. That's 3 root 2. Our plus sign will come down, plus, and then root 25 will give us what? Will give us 5. 5 root what? Root 2. Then we move further. We have what? We have minus, which will come down. We have 4. Root 4 will give us what? Will give us 2. Root what? Root 2. Since we have root 2, and root 2, what do we do here? We pick the first, or the numbers in front of them. We have 3 plus 5 will give us 8. 8 minus 2 will give us what? Will give us 6. So definitely we have what? We have 6 root what? Root 2. 6 root 2. Now don't forget, some people will say, since we have root 2, we have root 2, we have root 2, let me add the 3 roots together. Or let me say, okay, root 2 plus root 2 will give us a root 4. And no, it is not like that. What you do is that since you have root 2, and root 2 here, what you do, you pick only one root. So definitely our answer is what? 6 root 2. So that's how simplification of what? Of surd works. So for us to move further, for us to continue, I'll be doing another video which is what? Conjugate of what? Of surd. So conjugate of surd will explain more better when we have complex questions on what? On surd. So I will be teaching you guys that conjugate of surd in the next video. So stay tuned for the next video. Please quickly go through this, especially the product, the basic properties of surd that I've told us. The first one, which is the product rule, the second one, which is the quotient rule, and the third one, which is the what? The simplification. You have to understand those 3 rules. The moment you understand those 3 rules, and then you now understand the conjugate of surd, that is all about surd. You are easy to go on surd. So stay tuned for the conjugate of surd in the next video. If you have not watched it, look around to watch the conjugate of surd so that you will get better understanding on surd. Please, I thank you. If you have watched to this time, please subscribe and turn on the notification button so that whenever I drop new videos, you will be notified, and also do well to share this video. Thank you. See you in the next video. Please, before I leave, as I've always told you, if you want to be good in mathematics, you have to do what? You have to practice and practice and practice. That is the key to mathematics. So thank you guys. Stay well.